Now, here's the MLBbro TV show, the best from MLBbro.com with Rob Parker. Let's go.
Sponsored by Hidden Soul. For the most exclusive kicks on the planet, go to hiddensoul.com. Welcome to the weekend. There were so many great stories on MLBbro.com this past week. In case you missed some, we'll take a look back. Let's start here. On Debatable, Mark and Manny talk about the royal family in Major League Baseball. Is it the Bonds or the Griffins?
Who's black baseball's royal family? Team Griffey or Team Bonds?
For me, I'm going to go with the Griffins, and that's all due respect to the Bonds family. Obviously, there's nothing to shake a stick at when it comes to the Bond family. But the Griffins, man, because to me, I think more so the impact that Ken Griffey had on the culture. I mean, people like black athletes that don't even watch baseball are still talking about what Ken Griffey did for the sport of baseball.
Barry and Bobby are the only two players ever to hit 400 home runs and steal 300 bases apiece. I mean, individual statistics, phenomenal. You start bringing in Ken Griffey's World Championship, with all due respect to senior, I mean, how many Hall of Famers was he around? I mean, you think Pete Rose, Joe Morgan, you had consistent all-star players like Tony Perez, Hall of Famer, George Foster was on that team. You had great pitching. I mean, you know, the body of his appearances in the World Series had a lot to do with the players around him.
Brooklyn-born shortstop Sean Dunston is a bro you need to know. Sean Dunston broke in with the Chicago Cubs in 1985 after winning the job in spring training over veteran Larry Bowa, but he struggled at the plate and in the field and was sent down to the minors. Dunston played well in the minor leagues and came back up to the big club in August of '85. Larry Bowa was then released, and Dunston became the main shortstop for the Chicago Cubs and played there for 10 seasons. Dunston was an all-star in 1988 and 1990. In 1989, he batted .278 and helped the Cubs to a National League East title. For his career, he batted .269 with 150 home runs and 668 RBI. Dunston had a good career in the major leagues, but best of all, he's best known for being the first player ever drafted #1 out of New York City. That's why Sean Dunston is a bro you need to know. Seattle shortstop J.P. Crawford is live on tape at the ballpark with Malik Wright.
All right, so newly made captain, how does it feel to be to take that role over in a city like Seattle?
That's cool, man. It's different, you know, having people come up to you and ask questions all the time, but it's good. I've been a captain, leader, ever since I was little, so kind of feels natural.
So now, okay, what you work on this offseason, top 5 in WAR, your stats at the plate only under Tim Anderson, so what was it that you worked on this offseason?
Married my wife. That was it. Honestly, been keeping the same routine in the off season, so thankfully everything's finally coming to place.
With back-to-back impressive wins, Mets right-hander Taiwan Walker was this week's homeboy. This week's homeboy is right-hander Taiwan Walker, who has been money for the Mets. On Saturday in a 3-2 win over the Miami Marlins, Walker gave up 1 run on 2 hits in 6 2/3 innings. At one point, Walker retired 18 straight batters and had 9 strikeouts. In his previous start against the Angels, Walker picked up the win, giving up just 1 run on 1 hit through 6 innings worked and had a season-high 10 strikeouts. In Walker's last 2 starts, he's 2-0, has only allowed 2 earned runs in 12 2/3 innings pitched with 19 strikeouts. He's upped his record to 5-2 and lowered his ERA to 2.88. That's why Taiwan Walker is this week's homeboy. Renee Washington made her MLBbro.com debut. with a swinging and missing piece on Chicago White Sox shortstop Tim Anderson.
This is Renee Washington with another swinging and missing here on MLBbro.com. Chicago White Sox All-Star Tim Anderson is speaking up on Major League Baseball's lack of culture. He said, quote, "I've just been able to bring some culture in it and also be authentic while doing it, really not trying to do anything extra." Now, we've definitely seen Anderson do a lot for culture within and outside of baseball, from his own meal at Dairy Queen to his viral moments around his bat flips, to recently speaking up in a post-game interview about Yankees Josh Donaldson calling him Jackie Robinson multiple times in a mocking manner during a game in May. Anderson is unapologetically showing up as himself on and off the field. Talking the talk and walking the walk, his numbers and stats don't lie, as he's on pace for his 4th straight season of a 300 or higher batting average, which is currently top in the league in that category heading into mid-June.
That's our show for this week. I'm Rob Parker. We'll see you again next weekend. And all week long, check in on MLBbro.com for the best coverage of black and brown major leaguers.